Hey everyone, today we are going to start with your Excel preparation for your data science interviews. So we are going to learn about some of the most important functions in Excel. Learning Excel is very important when it comes to your analytics. So in today's video, we are going to discuss Excel. Alright, we are going to discuss Excel and its various functions. We have created a playlist covering the most important functions to help you with your preparations. Alright, uh, as you can see in this video, we are going to learn about the VLOOKUP function with exact match, approximate match, and the errors that you face while using the function, and a basic understanding of when to use the function and how to use the function. So don't worry if you are very new to this and you don't have a lot of understanding of Excel functions. We'll be covering the basics and then going to the advanced level. So let's just start it and try to understand it with the help of examples. I'll try to make it as easy as I can for you. All right. So this is our Excel sheet that we have. Before starting with the VLOOKUP function, I want you to know the basic definition of what exactly is VLOOKUP. So the V in VLOOKUP stands for vertical. VLOOKUP is an Excel function to look up data in a table which is organized vertically. So if you see, we have this table which has been organized vertically. We have IDs, names, emails all organized vertically. This VLOOKUP function can be used to fetch a particular value from a table which has been organized vertically. Before we start to use this function and get the values that we need, I want you to understand there are three rules for using this function. Alright, so using a function is not that difficult. You just need to understand the formula, fill in the attributes, and you'll get your result, right? What you need to understand is when you can use the function. Will it be appropriate to use that particular function in a given data set or not? So this is what you need to understand whenever you are using functions in Excel. Alright, so there are three basic rules whenever you are using the VLOOKUP function. The first rule is that the lookup value should be from first column of the table only. So it means that if I'm looking for say salary, so I can look it from ID also, I can look it from name also. But what our VLOOKUP function says is that the lookup value should be the first column only. So if I'm looking for salary from this table, my lookup column should be the ID. Now if you want to look for salaries with the help of names, then your table array would be reduced to this. You won't consider this ID column if you are using the VLOOKUP function. So when you will be choosing your table array, you will have to choose these three columns only. You can't choose these four columns and then your lookup values name and then you're searching for salary. That is not possible. The first column should be the lookup value only, right? The next rule, the rule number 2 for using the VLOOKUP function is that you cannot have duplicate values. That is the lookup value should be unique. So if you have 21110 here, for example, and say you have another field for 21110, although that can't happen, employees can't have same IDs, but for example, if you have 21110 here also, so if you run the VLOOKUP function, it will fetch you the value which comes first. So it won't give you error or give you another value for 21110. It is going to fetch the first value that comes in the sequential order when going from upward to downward. So make sure whenever you're using the VLOOKUP function, your table doesn't have duplicate values. Alright. Now the third and the last rule that you need to keep in mind is that whenever you're using this function, it will always go from left to right. So if you are using the ID and you want to find the salary, that is we are going left to right. It can't happen that you are saying give me the ID with the salary 20,000. You can't go from right to left. You'll always have to move from left to right. So these are three most important rules that you should know whenever you are using whenever you're planning to use the VLOOKUP function. All right. Now, let us quickly understand this with the help of an example. For example, I'm looking for this particular ID's salary. Now, this is a very small table, so you can easily see the salary for 28328 is 30,000. But how you can find it in thousand of line? That is where you use the VLOOKUP function. So I'll just select this ID. Alright, now to find the salary, we can use the VLOOKUP function. What you'll do is you'll write equal to V. So you'll obviously get the options. You can directly choose. Now if you see, our function has four parameters. First is a lookup value. So first I need to assign the value through which I'll be fetching the value that I desire. So I'm looking for this particular ID, so I'll directly choose this cell. Alright. Next we have our table array, comma, table array. Table array is basically the entire table which you are considering. So I'll select my entire table from A4 to D15, right? Then I have column index number. Now I have to enter the column from where the value has to be fetched. Now if you see, our table has four columns. First is ID, second is name, then we have email, and fourth is salary. Because we are looking for salary, so I'll enter the column number as 4 here. And the last is your range lookup. So here you have two options. Either you can choose true, which gives you the approximate value, or you can choose false, which will give you the exact value. We are going to understand the difference between both of them with the help of an example. For now, we'll be choosing exact match. As the name suggests, it is going to give you the exact value corresponding to the ID that you have given. So I'll select exact here. Instead of false, you can even write 0, and for approximate, you can write 1. Right? So I'll just press enter now, and if you see, we have got the value which is 30,000. Right? So this is how you can use the VLOOKUP function to fetch values. Now for example, if I want to fetch values for these another 4 records also, I'll just select them here. You don't have to write the function and again and again. You can just directly drag this and you'll get all the values. The formula will be copied. If you see here, the formula has just changed its attributes a little and we have got the values. Now here I want to bring into your notice one thing that might give you an error. That is very important for you to understand. So if you see, if I enter this 21110 here, and if I try to copy this formula, you'll see we get the value NA. Why is that happening? Because if you see, when we are starting from this 30,000, right, and we are going downwards, we're going to Alicia, then Abhay, then Rohan. So our table array is changing. If you see, it is A6 to D17, then it is A7 to D18. So what happens is my table array is reducing and it is becoming like, first it is like this, then it is becoming like this when I'm moving to another function. So my table array is reducing, and now when I'm searching for 21110, it is out of my table array, and that is why it is returning me not available value. We have a solution for this, which is very simple. All you need to do is, so our table array is A4 to D15, right? What you can do is you can just fix this by using the F4 button. You can fix this table array and then it won't change. So you can fix any attribute with the help of F4 on your keyboard, and then the values won't change, right? So now if you see, if I select here, you see, can you see these dollar signs here? This means that your array has been fixed and now you can't change them, right? So I'll just remove this, and now if you see, I drag this and bring down, you see I got the value 45,000 for 21110. So this is one of the errors that you face often. So for that, there you have a very simple fix there, that is fix your table array. And how you can do that? With the F4 button on your keyboard, which is pretty simple, right? So this was VLOOKUP function with exact match. Also, there's one more error that you face sometimes, which is the space error. So what happens is, in Excel, you need to be very careful whenever you are entering values. So what happens is, so for example, I have my indexes like this. Now, example at 23759, say, I, add a space here. So this will give me a problem if I'm fetching a value. So if you see, now if I select this particular thing, and if I try to copy this, it will, just a second, the function will give me an error if there is a space here. Alright, so these spaces in Excel also create a a problem. It will give you an error whenever you are trying to use the VLOOKUP function. So it is sensitive to spaces. For that we use the trim function, and we'll be talking about it in another video, so that we have a, it will take a little time, so we'll put that in another video, that is using the trim function for that, which is pretty simple again, but we'll use it another time. Then moving ahead, I want to show you a very cool function for that you can use with VLOOKUP, that is data validation. Right, so what happens is, it gets difficult to always keep searching that I need to put this number, and then I copy in here, then I put the formula for VLOOKUP here. So it actually gets a bit complicated. So what you can do is, you can use a data validation function for that. If you go to data here, then you choose data validation. Instead of any value, choose list, and the source, just set the source for yourself. Say my source is these IDs, right? This is my source, so I'll select that and I click on OK. Now if you see, I have got an arrow here. Now if I click on this, I can see I can choose the values directly. So I can just select this value. So I'm looking for salary for this, and I'll write my VLOOKUP function. Sorry, I'll write my VLOOKUP function. My lookup value is this. My table array is this, right? Then, um, then my column index is 4, and this is false exact match, closing the parenthesis, and if you see, we got the value. Now for example, I want a value for this, so it will keep on changing, so I don't have to choose again and again. I can directly choose the values, and it will keep on giving me the salary side by side, right? So this was our VLOOKUP with exact match, right? Moving ahead, we have VLOOKUP with approximate match, right? So as the name suggests, it is going to give me the approximate value which it finds near to the particular index. So what happens is, for example, we have this particular table. We have the same table with ID, name, email and salary. Now we have position also. According to the salary, we have given them positions, and according to that, we are providing them with incentives, right? So intern with 25,000 salary will get an incentive for 5,000. Our senior assistant with 40,000 salary will get an incentive for 15,000. So for example, now I want to find the salary. I have the salary. I need to find how much incentive will be given to that particular uh, employee. So for that also, you can use the VLOOKUP function. So it's very simple. I'll just select the salary. For example, I select 40,000 here. Okay, I'm looking for the incentive. So I'll use my VLOOKUP function. VLOOKUP. First, it is asking for the lookup value, which is 40,000. Then it is asking for my table array. Now, if you remember, I told you that the value which you are looking up should be from the first column only. So now my table array would be reduced to this. I don't need these values, and I'm going from left to right, from salary to incentive. So this will be my table array. Then my column index number would now be 1, 2 and 3. I'm finding incentive, which is my third column. And then I'll choose approximate match here. Although this is the exact value, so it is going to give me the exact value here only. You can directly see 40,000 will have an incentive for 15,000 only. Why do we use approximate? Is that, for example, if I search for 42,000, so 42,000 is not in the database, and if I just copy this function, so it has again given me 15,000. If you see, uh, why did I got 42,000 is because the value which is less than 42,000 is 40,000 only, which is giving me 15,000. So it will give me a value above that particular approximate value. So for example, if I'm looking for the value, say say I'm looking for 65,000, we don't have 65,000 in here, and if I copy this, you see I got the value 20,000. So 60,000 is 20,000 and 72,000 is 30,000, right? So 65,000 will the incentive for 65,000 will be same as 60,000, the previous value for that particular index. So there are actually three rules for approximate match also. First is that the lookup value should be in ascending order. So if you see, this should be in ascending order only. Now for example, if I'm looking for a salary, say 22,000, right? If I try to copy this here, you'll see that we'll get an error. Because why this is happening? Because if you look for a value less than the first value, it will show you NA. So this is the second rule. 25,000 is where it is starting and it will go in ascending order. So if I'm looking for 22,000 here, it will obviously give me error, because the rule number 2 for using approximate matches, that if you look for value less than the first value, it will show you NA. And the third rule that you need to keep in mind is, by default, if you don't add the fourth argument in your VLOOKUP function, that is true or false, it will automatically give you the approximate match only. So if I don't add true or false in my VLOOKUP, it is going to give me that. Alright, so I'll just remove this. So this is how I can look for approximate matches and exact matches. Now you can also find the total for the same. How you can find the total is, you can just equal to this is our block A40 plus you can do B40, right? So we got the total value, which is 55,000, and you can copy this, and similarly you can get values for each one of them. I hope this is clear. So you can easily find exact match, approximate match, and use those particular values to get the total as well. So if you want to find the total, you just need to add the salaries and incentive. You have got the salaries, incentives you have looked up with the help of the VLOOKUP function, and total you have just added these two blocks to get your total value, right? So this was all about the VLOOKUP function. I hope I was able to make it clear for you. In the next video, we'll be talking about another important function for your Excel. Till that time, keep practicing. Excel is all about practicing. Take up data, try to use the particular function, see what kind of error you are getting, and try to fix them, right? So stay tuned and see you in the upcoming videos.